Hey, and welcome to Lena Lessons. My name is Lena, coming to y'all with my thoughts and reviews about the JBP. This video is just me going over some quick thoughts I had about the latest Patreon episode, the Wranglers. I have a hunch, and granted, they already be in Imani's business up there, but while Mel is absent, they're really going to be in his business now. Think about it. Everyone up there are married or in long-term relationships. E and Mel are the ones who have free range to carry on as they please, right? They may have more exciting stories to share, and although Mel doesn't bring that part of her to the pod like that anymore, they'll still speculate or pay close attention to what she's doing on her socials or just put the magnifying glass on her in general. Not all of them all the time, but we know who's the main culprits of this behavior. With her being gone, Imani will be the one getting these questions more, and he's going to give us the stories, like the last one with the ladies being there towards the end of the pod to hit the town with him last weekend. It may be more of this. Just be prepared for them to get on you about all of these escapades. Be prepared for them to bring the shiniest magnifying glass that they got for you, my boy. Okay? Just be prepared. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just saying it's a possibility. Because now that it's going to be you for now anyway, and depending on how long you accept this, they're all going to chime in, especially because you're a guy. See, with Mel, I've noticed Ice gives her grace in this regard. We see it, Ice, okay? Ish as well. He just be in his phone or looking elsewhere. Even if they want to chime in, they don't really chime in unless she's being jokey about it too. Imani, honey, that grace most likely will not be granted to you. You can literally see the wheels turning for Ish, and it happened again when Imani was telling us his story with his lady friends. Ish, get you some sunglasses. or not. They were just vibing this Patreon. Joe had a bunch of topics and vids in his phone that he wanted to spitball and get their thoughts about. Back on Imani real quick though. I like when Imani and Ish are on a couch together. No pause needed. I'm a girl. Okay, but for real though, they be having a time joking and laughing. It makes for a good pod. They naturally dig each other and be in the same type time a lot. Joe, go ahead and add Imani to the intro, man. Even if it's at the end and it says and Imani real quick. Something. Okay, back to the pod. Y'all gotta stop doing these cutaways and crazy edits. Even Joe said we gotta stop this because it's like hiding secrets from the audience. It made me feel like I was listening to Late Nights with Lur and Lionel. They'll mute the mic on us in a heartbeat to have a quick insider for their own references. Now, if you watch or listen to L&L, then you know the reference. You know what I'm talking about. They do it all the time. They got to cut it out too. Lately, the last 20 minutes is where the gold is hitting. Right before at that mark, they were talking about a quick thought about really giving up the tea in a 1K tier. And when you're a business owner, I can understand why you don't see a huge problem in setting your price at what you want it to be, because you believe in the work and effort that will be put into said business, you know? But it was interesting to hear their thoughts on content creation, period, the extent they would take it to. Imani basically said if the income makes sense, then it'll be easier to come home to your family and justify the why behind sharing so much of your personal lives. Everyone has slightly different stances on this. Ish told Flip that he's not always COE, and that's true. Don't you even say or utter a peep about Flip's family. He don't mess around when it comes to that. Flip will tell you in a heartbeat that what he does up there is a character and that he's TJ at home. Basically, Flip leaves Flip at the front door. He leaves it at the front door. It don't even come in the house. You know, I like hearing how, you know, they feel about an industry that they're in, especially because the takes are different for the most part. Imani, drop what you have to drop because you damn near have a built-in fan base. We're going to check out what you have cooking. You know, the network has different things going. A little something something for everyone. We all know that the JBP is the flagship show, but the others are cool too. Ian and Mark's show is cool. Podwives too. Podwives is where they can or have grown their woman base because it's something in the realm that a lot of ladies check in for. This kind of content. You get to see the other side of the guys and who hold them down, etc. You know, so you know, it all makes sense. I also think, I could be wrong, but I do think some ladies came over to the JPP when Lex and Drea was on the pod. The ladies from the Poor Minds pod. They came on back in, I want to say 2023, but that was their second time on the pod. They came to the old spot before as well, so, you know. But their last visit probably did it because Poor Minds was and is taking off. They're doing their thing right now. And that was a really good episode. When they came back in 2023, that was a funny episode because Lex is naturally goofy and funny. Drea is too once she gets warmed up. So it was cool seeing them back on the pod again. I also liked how Joe mentioned elevation at the end. Joe was saying some of his takes, and I think that's decent. Now, granted, I know this wasn't their first interaction, but it's nice to see folks give props or acknowledgement because it takes time to make content and build a community, no matter how small or big. 2 people or 2 million can be a community, you know? So shout out to Elevation. I genuinely thought that was decent. As always, let me know your key takeaways or thoughts from this episode. Do you think E will become the new Mel? Let me know. Until next time, y'all. Bye.